Santiago is a brave rider, fearless truth speaker, setting hearts on fire. She's not competing, she's not dividing, she's joining the resistance, always uniting.
From Grab M shirts to Epstein ghosts. How MAGA Kool-Aid hangover blinds them to the real outrage flash back to October 7, 2016, just weeks before the election that flipped everything upside down. A leaked tape from 2005 drops like a gut punch. Donald Trump, chatting with Access Hollywood host Billy Bush on a bus headed to the set of Days of Our Lives, boasts about his celebrity perks in the crudest way possible. "I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet, just kiss. I don't even wait," he says before dropping the bomb. "And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab 'em by the pussy, you can do anything." It's not banter, it's a window into a mindset where power means entitlement over women's bodies, plain and simple. Legal experts and women's rights groups called it out as describing sexual assault, and the backlash was instant. Hashtags like #pussygrabsback trended, urging voters to reject him at the polls. But while the world reeled, Trump's core fans spun it as harmless, locker room talk. Missing, or ignoring, the deeper rot it exposed about his history with women. Education quick hit. This wasn't isolated. It echoed over 24 accusations of misconduct against him by 2016, from beauty pageant contestants to his own ex-wife Ivana's 1990 deposition, alleging rape later, walked back under pressure. Yet the tape didn't sink him. Polls dipped 2% overall, per a 2020 Brandeis study, but among Republicans, the hit was sharper before rallying back. Because when outrage meets echo chambers, facts get fuzzy fast. Oh, and those shirts. More on that in a sec. Turns out, they weren't the punchline MAGA thought they were. The morning after the tape hit, women didn't cower. They clapped back with merchandise that turned Trump's words into a battle cry. Pink, grab me by the pussy. T-shirts flooded Etsy and protest stalls, worn by marchers at rallies, and snapped up by thousands online. Sales spiked 500% in the first week, per reports from the time. It was satire weaponized, feminists reclaiming the slur to highlight the assault implied in his brag, linking it to a pattern of objectification that ran from his The Apprentice days, where 20 former staffers told the AP of lewd advances, to Howard Stern radio rants calling women pieces of ass. But here's the twist that burned. Some Trump supporters flipped the script, printing their own knockoffs as ironic merch, cheering it as proof he was just one of the guys. A 2016 Washington Post tally showed over 100 GOP women leaders condemning the tape, yet base voters shrugged. Only 11% of Republicans said it made them less likely to back him, per CNN polls. Why? Because the narrative machine was already humming, framing critics as prudes or elites who couldn't handle real talk. Fast forward to today, and Gen Z's rediscovering it on TikTok, videos of first-time listeners, too young in 2016, reacting with wide-eyed horror rack up millions of views, captions screaming, "This is who fathers vote for." One viral clip from a college dorm. A young woman gags audibly, overlay text reading, "If you still vote for him after this, I'm sorry for you." It's a reminder that while the tape faded for some, its stain on consent and power never did. Jean Carroll's 2023 civil win, nailing Trump liable for sexual abuse and defamation, cited that very audio as a confession. Everyday lesson. Words like his don't vanish. They echo in courtrooms and voting booths, shaping how we value half the population. But hey, if turning trauma into t-shirt fodder counts as empowerment to MAGA, congrats on missing the forest for the fabric. Nothing says feminism like mocking survivors in pink polyester. Now, layer in the Epstein shadow that loomed even then, because 2016 wasn't just Tapegate. It was a double whammy of women's stories crashing the campaign. As the Access Hollywood fallout raged, whispers about Trump's ties to Jeffrey Epstein bubbled up. That financier with a private island playground for the powerful, accused of trafficking girls as young as 14. Back in the 90s and early 2000s, they partied hard. Epstein at Trump's 1993 wedding to Marla Maples, Trump calling him a terrific guy who liked beautiful women. On the younger side, in a 2002 New York Magazine profile. Flight logs show Trump on Epstein's jet at least 7 times, including a 1997 jaunt from Palm Beach to Newark, with his then 15-year-old son Eric. No direct abuse allegations against Trump surfaced, but Virginia Giuffre, recruited at 17 from Trump's Mar-a-Lago spa in 2000, later sued Epstein's enabler Ghislaine Maxwell, naming Trump in depositions as part of the orbit, though she clarified he never touched her. In April 2016, an anonymous Katie Johnson filed a suit claiming Trump and Epstein raped her at 13 in '94, dropped twice amid threats, but revived in whispers during the election. Trump's camp dismissed it as a hoax, but the timing? Eerie, coinciding with the tape's assault vibes. Women's groups like Now linked the two. Both screamed predator culture, where wealth shields creeps. Yet as outrage swelled, over 500,000 signed petitions demanding Trump quit the race, Epstein chatter got drowned by locker room defenses. Facts check. Epstein's 2008 plea deal, brokered by Trump's labor sec Alex Acosta, buried victim rights. By 2016, his crimes were public, but Trump's distance, claiming a 2004 fallout over a bidding war, rang hollow amid photos of them yucking it up at Victoria's Secret events. Tie it to the tape, and it's a masterclass in selective fury. We raged for the groped and the groomed, but MAGA heard boys will be boys. Quick civics. Consent isn't conditional on fame. It's bedrock law, from Title Roman IX to the Violence Against Women Act, which Trump tried gutting in his first term. Because nothing educates like history repeating, except maybe realizing your hero's banter was a blueprint for Epstein's empire. Cheers to the crowd that high-fived the handcuffs instead of questioning the keys. Enter the gullibility gap, that chasm where facts meet fervor and facts lose every time. Trump's diehards didn't just defend the tape, they attacked the attackers, flooding social media with fake news, cries, and memes of Bill Clinton, Epstein flyer himself, 26 logs, as deflection du jour. A 2016 Pew survey showed 72% of Republicans believed media bias tanked Trump's image, ignoring the tape's own vulgarity. Women marching in those shirts, labeled hysterical feminists by talk radio, while supporters donned knockoffs at rallies, turning assault into apparel. It's textbook Kool-Aid, blind loyalty swallowing one narrative, locker room gold, while spitting out the fuller picture of 26-plus accusers, from Jill Harth's '97 harassment suit to Summer Zervo's defamation win in 2021. Education angle. Cognitive dissonance kicks in here. Psych studies from Yale show partisan viewers filter info to fit biases, rejecting 40% more contradictory evidence than independents. In 2016, that meant dismissing Epstein links as Clinton smears, even as Trump's own words. I moved on her heavily. She was married, mirrored the power plays Epstein enabled. Fast forward to 2025. Unsealed files name Trump in calendars and a risque 2003 birthday doodle woman's outline by his SIG, per WSJ docs, yet MAGA still chanting hoax. Per Reuters polls where 55% of Republicans doubt the file's legitimacy. It's not ignorance, it's insulation, a bubble where outrage at attacks on Donnie Drown's survivor voices. Everyday truth. Empathy starts with listening. Those shirts weren't mockery, they were mirrors, reflecting pain you chose to costume as punchlines. But go on, keep the blinders polished. It's easier than admitting the emperor's not just naked, he's got a guest list from hell. And oh, the Fox News factor. That 24/7 drip feed turning viewers into echo zombies, one segment at a time. Back in 2016, as the tape looped on every channel, Fox spun it soft. Sean Hannity called it overblown. Guests like Newt Gingrich dismissed it as nothing burger compared to real issues. A Media Matters tally showed Fox aired 300-plus hours defending Trump that month, framing critics as PC police, while downplaying Epstein whispers entirely. 0 segments on Giuffre's recruitment from Mar-a-Lago. Fast facts. A 2022 UC Berkeley study paid Fox loyalists to watch CNN for a month. They shifted 13 points left on key issues, realizing Fox hid negative Trump info 70% more than rivals. Viewers who ditched Fox reported clearer views on everything from election lies believed by 60% of heavy watchers. Per 2020 Knight Foundation to Women's Rights, post-tape, Fox polls showed their audience 20% less likely to see it as assault. Why? Repetition breeds reality. Fox hammered. Locker room, 150 times in a week, per Nexus transcripts, creating a filter where Epstein's island feels like ancient history, not a 2019 suicide scandal tied to Trump's DOJ. Broader impact. Stanford research links heavy Fox consumption to 15% higher rejection of climate science and 25% more conspiracy buy-in, eroding trust in facts like the tape's authenticity, which Trump still calls fake in 2025 rallies. Human lesson. Media's a diet, junk in, fog out, swap channels, and suddenly the whole picture sharpens, from groped women to groomed girls. But nah, stick to the fair and balanced fairy tale. It's cozier than confronting how your nightly news fix turned empathy into enemy lines. Pass the remote, or better yet, the reality check. This isn't ancient history. It's a live wire, zapping 2025 politics with the same old shocks. Epstein files unsealed in July dropped fresh heat. House oversight subpoenas revealed Epstein pitched Trump associates like Peter Thiel and Thomas Barrack meetings pre-2016. Per WSJ emails, Thiel admitted one unmemorable sit-down, but the orbit tightened. Trump's made briefing from AG Pam Bondi. Your name's in there, per CNN sources, sparking his Russia 2016 deflection spree, blaming Obama for treason while Gabbard echoed coup claims on Fox. MAGA split. 35% of Republicans don't know on his handling, per Reuters, but base rallies cry deep state louder than ever. Tie to the tape. Both expose a through line of impunity. Trump's star entitlement mirroring Epstein's elite shield, with victims like Carroll winning $88M total in defamation suits, yet him bragging in NC rallies about grabbing as code. Women's reactions. #MeToo's 2017 wave, born partly from that 2016 fury, logged 4M+ stories. Today, TikTok's Gen Z revival 8M+ views, shames fathers voting for this, per 19th News. Facts for the fed up. Bipartisan Epstein Act pushes full release, no pres veto backed by Rep. Massy, but Trump's stonewalling smells of self-preservation. Everyday call. Ditch the drip, read raw docs on Pacer, talk to survivors, vote like your daughter's futures depend on it, they do. Because from pussy grab teas to island invites, the pattern's clear. Power protects predators until we pull the plug. Zoom out, and the brain-dead devotion isn't funny, it's fracturing families. Per 2024 Pew data showing 40% of mixed households argue over Fox-fueled fictions. Those grab-me shirts mocked by MAGA? They honored the hurt, from tape victim Nancy O'Dell, who called it deeply troubling. To Epstein survivors like Jeffer, now advocating via her foundation. Gullibility's cost. Lower trust in institutions. Fox viewers 30% more cynical, per 2023 Brookings, higher division. Hate crimes up 20% post-2016. FBI stats linkable to rhetoric. Fox's role. $787M Dominion settlement proved they peddled 2020 lies knowingly. Now, it's Epstein echo, with Hannity still soft-peddling ties. Education rap. Propaganda thrives on partial truths. Your locker room defense ignores the assault stats, 1 in 6 women face attempted/completed rape reign. Break free. Try a news detox, cross-check with AP or Reuters. Clarity hits like cold water. But keep chugging that channel Kool-Aid. It's the perfect blindfold for a circus where the clowns run the show, and the lions are the ones getting mauled. To the MAGA faithful, fingers hovering over reply, spare me. I wrote what I wrote, my stance is set, no debate pit stop, no permission poll. This is unfiltered fire, not your feedback forum, scroll on or wake up your call. Santiago del Carmen Maria, crowning. Thoughts. Copyright 2025 Independent Writer, Crowning Thoughts Truth Speaker, AI Video Content Creator Writer Blogger Santiago DC. Maria. All rights reserved.
Santiago is a brave writer, fearless truth speaker, setting hearts on